So I saw this guy called Top10. He made a video about also about making negative versions of numbers. It's a good video. I'll link it in the description. But yeah, so I had ideas for what negative numbers could look like too, and I was like, yeah, this is a good idea. So I have my own interpretation of what I think negative numbers could look like right here. Yeah. Okay. So first of all, we got -1, and this is it's 1 is like an arrow pointing up because it's adding. It's going up by 1. And -1 is an arrow pointing down because it's subtracting. It's like when you add -1, you're going down by 1, so an arrow. Yeah. So then -2, it's kind of just a backwards 2. I didn't really have a lot of ideas for it, so I made it slanted because I think it looks cool. But yeah, I think it works. I think it works. So then here's -3. So 3 curves outwards, right? Like it curves like circles. But then these curve inwards, where 3 curves outwards. And then when it curves inwards in the middle, -3 curves outwards. So it's like a reverse of 3. Which is what it's supposed to be because it's negative. Yeah. Then here's -4. So my idea with this one is you kind of take this middle line of 4 and you shift it up and then make this one go down. So it's like a weird messed up 4. I think it's cool. Yeah. Okay, then here's -5. See, my idea with this one is 5 has a rough, straight line top with a curvy bottom, and I wanted to try to invert that. So here it's got like a little squiggle on the top, and then a couple lines for the bottom instead of the curve that a normal 5 has. Okay, now 6. -6 is the curve of the 6. Instead of it being like on the inside of a circle, it's now like on the outside, so it curves outwards instead of inwards. Yeah. -7. Now, you might just think, oh, this is just 7 upside down. And I mean it is, but so if you think about it, 7 is kind of like half a parallelogram, and this is the other half of the parallelogram. It completes it. So, yeah, now -8. So, yeah, that's my -8 design. It's like if you took the top half, the top quarter of 8, and moved it to the bottom, or took the bottom corner of 8 and moved it to the top, and then you have -8, because it's like, putting it halfway would just make it 8 again, but a quarter of the way, and it's something new. It's a weird inverted version. And then finally, -9, it's just -6 but flipped. The same thing happens with actual 6 and 9, so why not for their negative counterparts, right? Now, on to imaginary numbers. So, I is just I. It's just I. I don't know, I can't really change it. It's still I. Yeah, I could change it, but why would I? I already got a unique symbol. Then 2I, the 2 mixed with an I, so there's like a dot on the top. 3I is just a 3 mixed with an I, so there's also a dot on the top. The top is replaced with a dot. Now, 4I, it's a 4, but the main central line is replaced with a dot on the top. I think you can see, like, what my idea for I was. Yeah, so 5I, it's 5, but the top line has a dot, and I also took away the bottom line, because I felt like it gave it, like, a more, like, floaty, like, mysterious, vague feeling, because, like, the part about visionary images are supposed to be, like, you know, they're kind of weird. They don't fall on the number line. They go off of it. They open up a whole new dimension to numbers. So I was trying to, like, convey that with them looking, like, weird and floaty and different. So then 6I, it's 6, but the bottom loop is a dot, and it's shifted to the side a little to, like, let the dot be there. So it's like, because the dot is above it. The dot's a bit above all these. So, yeah. Then 7I is a 7, but the top line is a dot. 8I is an 8, but the top part is, the top, like this whole section is cut out to be a dot. And it doesn't cross over itself, which makes it feel like more floaty and weird, which, as I said before, was what I was trying to go with this. Then 9I is a 9, also with this, like, extended out a little bit, so the dot's on top still. Yeah, it's still got a dot on the top, all of them have a dot on the top, that was the theme. So now, I'd be like, what would I do for negative I? Like, originally I was thinking of doing the same thing with 1 and -1, but that would just be an exclamation point. So, I did this, yeah. It's like the negative sign with that dot on the bottom. Just, you know, it's negative. It's negative I, and it still has the same components as normal I, so I think it fits. Then here's -2I. It's like -2, but minus this line, and instead there's a dot here, making it look like a warped, like a weird I that's upside down. Yeah. Now, -3I, it's a -3, but there's a dot in the bottom instead of the bottom area. It's the inverse of the +3, because the +3 has the line on the bottom and the dot on the top. Yeah, so this one has a dot on the bottom and the line on the top. So then -4I has, I just replaced this line with a dot on the bottom. Yeah, I think you can see what the whole idea is. Positives have a dot on the top, negatives have a dot on the bottom. Because I thought that would be a cool way of, like, showing, because negatives are going down and positives are going up, even for the I's. So then here's -5I, it's like a -5, but the bottom line is replaced with a dot on the bottom. Then -6I is a -6, but the loop is replaced with a dot on the bottom. -7I, it's just -7, but with a dot on the bottom, and it also is like a flip version of the +7I, so that's cool. -8I it's one of the lines of negative. Well, it's like, cause my idea was like, my negative design looked a bit too like for the floaty feeling that I was going for, the floaty, mysterious feeling. And one of these lines just seemed way too complicated, so I cut off a little bit of the bottom, like the same thing I did with like 5i. But then and then the other line I just replaced with a dot on the bottom. And then negative 9i is, it's got a dot on the bottom. It's negative 9, but with a dot on the bottom. I know it might not look super, it kind of looks a little weird, but I couldn't really think of any other way to keep it consistent with the other ones. So I know it's not like a perfect match with negative, like it doesn't flip the same way, but I think that still makes sense. I have some bonus things here, bonus extra things. There. Okay, yeah. So it's pi, negative pi, pi I, negative pi, like I pi, then like the same things with tau, e, and the golden ratio. So like Euler's number, ratio, pi, tau, all of them I got. The negative designs, like these two are like, I flipped the leg thing. E is kind of like, it's like I took the middle and kind of inverted it out to be the bottom, and then took the bottom and inverted it to the middle. This one I flipped it upside down to a negative 1. And then the I ones just replace stuff with dots in the same way as the other ones. So yeah, those are the negative and imaginary numbers that I made. So yeah. I hope you enjoyed the video. Okay. Bye. Bye.